Betty.
Hi, Julia.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you? You're good?
Yeah.
Good to see you. Okay, so welcome to another episode of Making Moves Ghana with me, Julian Ace Ansah. And before we start, subscribe. Do it now. Thank you very much. So I'm here for an exciting episode. We have got what I would describe as the real estate sisters taking Ghana real estate to the world. So welcome to the episode, Vicky and Anna Agyekum.
Thank you, Julian.
Hi, Julian.
Yeah, how you doing?
We're good.
Yeah?
Good to see you.
It's good to see you, but I know you've had a really busy schedule in the build-up and the lead-up. To let the audience know, what number Ghana Property and Lifestyle Expo is this?
The 9th year.
The 9th year.
9th year, yeah, gosh.
9th edition for our London.
The London one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our flagship one.
And then you've also, like I just said, you've been taking Ghana real estate to the world. So you started off with London.
Yes.
And then what are the other countries that you've hit as well?
So we did, 2018 we did Atlanta.
Okay.
And then we've now returned back to America again. So we did our second edition in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Last month. And that went really, really well. And, you know, the market there is ready for some new investment opportunities.
Yeah, and then we also done Ghana in 2023. We expanded to Ghana. We thought we'd bring it back.
Yeah.
And so this is our third edition this year for Accra. And as Victoria said, our second edition for Washington.
For Washington, okay.
Yeah, we done Washington 2024.
As well.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we're going to get into a lot of detail around the expo, but this episode, we really want to get to know the people behind Ghana Lifestyle or Ghana Property and Lifestyle Expo. So, you know, for those people that don't know you, just give them a little introduction and background of who you are, where you're from, and, you know, how you guys got into the real estate game.
Okay, so my name is Anna Agyekum. One of the co-founders with my sister for Ghana Property and Lifestyle Expo and On Point Property. We are British-born Ghanaians, born and raised in Battersea, southwest London. Obviously, our parents came here from Ghana. And I guess just to fast forward, I studied business and actually went to go into PR. And I stumbled into property, 25 years ago.
Okay.
It was actually my 25th year working in property, real estate. And I started working for a property tycoon right here in Battersea for 15 years, which covered developments, management, lettings, construction. We've done projects in Spain. And after 15 years of working with him, I decided to set up with my sister Victoria On Point Property Management Limited, which was primarily a service for professional landlords with portfolios in the UK, London particularly, who wanted a more personalised service.
Right.
And it was just a natural instinct that people were approaching both of us about Ghana. How to invest, who to go to, and we just saw it as a call for action to actually do something about it. And we got flooded with inquiries, and then we expanded it to the Ghana Property and Lifestyle Expo because we realised how can we help a number of people at the same time, knowing that trust is that variable issue of meeting the right developers, the banks, the lawyers, the whole value chain. And that's when we birthed Ghana Property and Lifestyle Expo in 2017.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so...
And during that time where you said you were working like for a property tycoon and you were covering this area of South London, because, you know, what we've seen in the property market in London is, you know, areas like you said, like Battersea, like Canary Wharf or Docklands, all those areas have, over the last kind of 15, 20 years, have been transformed. So what did that do for you in terms of seeing what the market look like, what the value of properties, being like, and what the makeup of, I'm sure the area has changed in terms of the makeup of people as well that are in this area.
I think, yeah, it's quite good because what we've seen is where Battersea wasn't always a desirable area. People didn't always want to live here. And same like Docklands. And what you've realised that over a period of time, with the right investment, any area can transform.
Right.
So it's that duration and time. So when people are investing, you've got to have a long lens. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Yeah.
And I think we've been able to see full circle of Battersea sort of being quite industrialised, because even Nine Elms and areas which are very high end now were full of factories and, not very desirable. And now it's completely transformed. And that's kind of what you're seeing with Ghana.
Right, okay. Yeah. We'll get into the Ghana landscape as well. Yeah. But another thing that's interesting, Vicky, is Battersea, Southwest London is your actual roots in the UK. Yes. So talk to the audience about, what it was like for you as young ladies. What was the area like? What was the makeup of people like in the area? And what, was instilled in you, whether that was from your parents or whether that was just from the environment that you grew up in, that has brought you to where you are right now?
Well, Battersea, I would say, like, if you're from Battersea, you're a Battersea veteran.
Right.
It was a close community. Like, once you tell someone you're from Battersea, you're like, what year was you? It's such a close community.
Yeah.
It's so unique. There's been so many talent that's come out of Battersea, and we're proud to say, we're Battersarians.
I like that.
Battersarians.
Yeah.
So, growing up in Battersea back in the day, the landscape was completely different.
Right. And when you say back in the day, for those watching, what kind of era, time, what time frame was that? Early 2000s, late 90s?
90s, I'm an 80s baby.
Right,
so,
okay.
90s, early 2000s, you could see the transformation of Battersea really coming into a new level of investment for people. I would call I class Battersea in two. So there's the new Battersea and then there's the old Battersea. And none are wrong, none of them are not the right place to live, but they're just two landscapes which have just been developed in
different ways. Yeah.
So growing up, it was definitely fun. It was adventurous. We have a beautiful Battersea Park, which I think a lot of people used to hang out and go and spend time in that park, get lost. It's such a big park and it's such an amazing, iconic place for us.
Right.
Growing up with our parents, a lot of things were installed in us in culture and tradition. So we had both our Ghanaian heritage mix plus our London Battersea experience for ourselves. So the whole combination was so beautiful, and it is what has made us today. Right.
And tell us about, because I know the history with Battersea. Tell us some of the people, there's a lot of people that have come up from Battersea, and there's a lot of inspiring businesses along with yourselves that come up from this area. So who are some of the people that, if someone's watching and wanted to know?
Iconic people, okay. So you've got the So Solid crew.
Yeah.
You've got Eva Simpson, who's an iconic journalist and PR. We have, who else?
And also Claire de Graaf. We grew up with her. She is an amazing talent artist who looks after the likes of Mo Gallagher, even Wizkid. Even Yar, we've got Yar who does Talking Drums. She's on our platform, and she's also spearheaded the travel experience of Africa and Ghana and solo travel. Even down to our local sort of Ghanaian established grocery store.
Emmanuel Barbers and Grocery Shop.
Okay.
They are a pinnacle point to the Ghanaian culture in
Battersea.
Battersea. And then you've got the world-renowned barber, Sheldon, who does all the high-end footballers and gets flown around the world.
Just to give people a fade.
Just to give people a fade.
I know it's important for
Yeah.
We've watched him just work so tirelessly.
Yeah.
I just thought, we've been inspired with so many people. Even also somewhere like the hairdresser like Hype Kafour, who have celebrity stylists in there, who we've watched over the years, and we've done our hair there before.
Right.
So there's been really great influences that we didn't know just growing up in the area of Battersea, both with Ghanaians and Caribbeans. So yeah.
I know that. And with the hair thing,
Yes.
I remember back in the day when I did have hair, I used to come down to Clapham Junction. There was a barber's called Archie's.
That's right.
So I remember there was a day I was sat in my chair and looked to my left, and there was Frank Bruno.
Wow.
You know, his Rolls Royce was outside the barber's with his driver, and I'm like, Mum, I'm in the barber's with Frank Bruno. So I know it has a good heritage around here, and it's good to hear all of those people. And I also, you know, when I was even driving down today, we used to come raving down here back in the day to Colosseum.
Yes.
So again, all of that area now is, you know, is being developed and is luxurious. So
and that's a really important point, because even for us, obviously with our UK work, we sell properties along the river, Battersea, well anyway, London. We cover with our private clients, and it's quite nice they always like to know the history of areas. So, you know, we're standing at a spot where we used to club and rave, and it's really happy, fond memories to be able to sort of share with our clients.
I think there was Adrenaline Village as well, isn't it?
That's by Chelsea Bridge.
Right.
And that's where we do the expo.
Yes.
At the back of the expo, we used to.
And again, that's all transformed now. You know, like Battersea Power Station and the whole huge investment and regeneration. So that's amazing.
Yes.
So fast forward, you decide to start On Point, which is your property management and looking after high net worth clients.
Yes.
There is the questions, and I guess that's because you're Ghanaian, your heritage is Ghanaian, and people just naturally come to you because of your skill, your expertise in real estate. So talk to me about, you know, your first experiences of going to Ghana. I know for me it was like my first flight to Ghana was in 1985 or 86, and I flew on Ghana Airways. So I've been on Ghana Airways, everyone.
Oh my gosh, that's really interesting, because I remember my mum told me that I first went to Ghana when I was 9 months old.
Oh wow.
Those days I was on her passport.
Oh, yeah.
So we've been quite fortunate to our early memory childhood summer holidays were either in Brighton or Ghana.
Right.
My dad loved taking us to Brighton, but my mum would spend the whole sort of 6 weeks holidays in Ghana. And that continued more or less up until our teenage years.
Right.
Then we had a bit of a break, and then I went back to Ghana at the age of sort of 20. We call it Dirty December now, but you know, we're talking about 20 years plus.
Right.
It was just the Ghanaian diaspora going into Ghana and literally having the time of our lives.
Right.
Raving in Osu, clubs like Temptation and, you know, Boomerang. Everyone remembers those clubs. So, and it was through the early 20s that, with my growing skill set in real estate and coming into Ghana, you sort of look at it with different eyes. And then we've seen the transformation of Ghana, because the differences were getting less, whether it was music, food, culture, the way people were dressed, and literally coming to Ghana and seeing people I haven't seen for ages in London, in Ghana.
Yes, yeah. It's so funny you say that, because in London we're all kind of in our own lane, you know, the busyness and getting on with everyday life. When you meet people in Ghana, they've got time. Like I was there last week, we was having breakfast, and there was a brother, he runs Trap Kitchen. So I would never meet him if I was in London, but we're there sat down in a restaurant, we're having breakfast, and we have a full, you know, conversation, understand his background, his family life, etc., etc. So like you said, there's that dynamic of when you're in Ghana and just people have got time, isn't it? Rather than we're in the pace of London life.
Exactly.
it's more relaxed, and I think that's the beauty and attraction of being in Ghana. Culture, food, being more relaxed, and just feeling at home.
Yes, yeah.
I always say Ghana is a feeling.
Right.
And it seems to have spread globally. Especially, I think, when people get there, we've got social media now, so people are actually able to visually see real experiences. I think anyone who goes to Ghana, whether you're Ghanaian or not, if you're posting or having a vlog, you are an ambassador. You're letting the world know. You're championing what's happening on the routes, and we've just focused that through our career path to just say that, look, Africa is not the future, it's now.
Yes, yeah.
You can invest safely. There are people doing it successfully, but you need to speak to the right people and just take time to pause and understand your why.
Yeah.
Why you're investing, understand the financials behind investing, and then your investment won't become a bottleneck.
Right.
There's that pool where, okay, if I'm doing Airbnb, okay, do you know that probably that property may be empty for 40% of the time?
Yeah.
How you funding that property. So it's just to let people really make an educated and informed decision before parting with money.
Right.
Yeah.
I love the way you've broken that down. So an educated and informed decision. So in terms of that whole landscape, and you know, many people in the UK come from our backgrounds, but not everyone is seen that opportunity or that attraction, and also had the intentionality to say, you know what, even though I'm from here, because a lot of us could just live, we could buy a couple of houses in the UK. So what was those experiences, like you said, that then you came to that place where you said, you know what, we want to make this into like a business opportunity, well, a business, not just an opportunity, but a business that we can deliver services and value to the not just even the UK diaspora, but the global diaspora, or even the global market who are interested in Ghana and Africa.
I think from the early days, we watched our parents build. So we realised from very early, unconsciously, that this is something that's happening. We watch our aunties, our uncles, our own parents building, and we saw the struggles.
Right.
But then something happened in Ghana, and you've got the sort of early real estate developers like the Reggie Manuels who started building contemporary apartments.
Right.
Which was a big shift from what buying our parents' land.
Yeah.
It's always been that compound,
and
sort
that big,
of traditional, passed on through family. But I think that narrative of having a whole new, having my own apartment, having my own house in my own gated community, that narrative is relatively new in Africa,
right?
You know, especially West Africa. But I think that what captivated those who were coming back to Ghana, realizing, oh, there's different ways to acquire a home. Not necessarily being in that family home when you want to go out and you have to now get a big door, get someone to come and lock you, and then you're like, feel like you're in a cage. Actually, there's a way we can actually explore ourselves and have somewhere, you've got security, you've got your internet, and you know, this really started to open up with many of the Ghanaians who are living abroad.
Right.
So I think with that, we went to Ghana and realised there's a lot of properties just sitting there that a lot of people just didn't know about.
Right.
And I'm like, well, we need to do something about this because, you know, purely your buildings are just sitting there, you know, after a while your properties are not going to be, you know, functioning the way it should be. So let's do something about it. And, you know, just incorporating our experience in the UK to give it that professionalism, tidy it up, to make people feel comfortable and secure in buying. You know, we just realised that it wasn't just about a transactional buy a property now. We realised we have to educate everyone back again and realise that we are a safe platform for people to come and buy.
Right. And what's so in terms of some of your clients who have used the On Point, services, what's the typical kind of experience or process that they go through. So, hey, I'm watching right now and I can see all these nice apartments. I'm not too sure about how the financial system works in Ghana. Just talk us through, how you walk your clients through that process.
Okay, everyone's case by case.
Yeah.
So we always ask somebody, what's your why? Why are you coming to buy in Ghana? And then that's where we can navigate the right channels for them. Obviously, we ask about finance. What's your budget? Where do you want to? What location do you want to live in? And then we will then say, well, we have to go through the rigorous financial background checks.
Okay.
So buying from the UK, you still have to have your credit checks done and qualify if you're going to apply for a diaspora mortgage.
Okay.
So a diaspora mortgage means that if you have a Ghanaian heritage, you can actually
have access to finance.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And then if not, you can just work with the developers to have a payment plan. Second to that, it's obviously the legal side, which we do get people to have a lawyer to, read through the SPA agreement, which is the
special purchase agreement. So
okay.
Basically, the agreement between yourself and a developer with all the terms and conditions. And I just think we always say to our clients, look, we're not lawyers, even though these are reputable
developers.
You need to have your sort of legal professional eye just to read over it so you understand all the terms that
and the implications.
And the implications of what you're signing into. And then once they're happy with that, obviously there's post ownership, whether it's going to be rented out or whether it's a lock and leave. We just let them know what ownership looks like.
Yeah.
Maintenance, service charge, because this and taxes.
Yes,
I was about to say taxes.
Taxes is a very big thing, and the service charge. So people see the house price or the property price and not factor in all these costs.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a 5-step process with each of our clients.
Clients, right.
Yeah. Most of them do stumble at number 2, which
Okay.
is the finances.
Right.
And it's not a problem because we say to them, at least you're aware, this is what you need to say, because even if you're getting a diaspora mortgage, you still need to put 20 to 30%
into the deal, yeah.
Into the deal. So that lump sum that most people can't afford, say they're buying in the UK, there's still that sort of lump sum requirement for Ghana, but we're just looking at different numbers.
Yeah.
So it's just that awareness. It
Yeah.
always boils back down to education. Like, are you aware of what you're doing? And whether someone's 22 or 52, the questions are the same.
You're right.
And there's never a wrong question. I always say, if you're not asking enough questions, then there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Keep asking us the questions.
Right.
Yeah.
And so a question that I've got, since you said keep asking you the questions, is as your business is evolving and as you ladies are evolving, do you ever have, because you've gained a lot of insight and experience of what developers are doing, do you have any aspirations to evolve your business? Because obviously we know developers are the ones who make, the lion's share of the profit when it comes to real estate. Do you have any aspirations to get into development in Ghana?
Oh, never say never.
Yeah.
I think it would be more of an acquired, bespoke development I would look into, but never say never.
Never say never.
I like that, never say never. It's something that has been pondered to us.
Right.
I think timing and opportunity
we'll see, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, watch this space. That's good. And then in terms of, I've seen and we've had conversations that you are also expanding, or you're working with clients in other African countries. Again, talk to us around what does next year look like around, Africa for the On Point ladies.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we've had, again, because it's private clients, we don't always post or make so much noise about it, but we actually do acquire properties in Africa for our clients. 2024, we actually expanded our services to South Africa and Kenya, as well as Ghana, inquiring, almost like a flying doctor. The client will come to us and say, this is what I'm looking for. They're usually lifestyle purchases,
Right.
So they want multi-homes. And I think it's a shift of where people are moving their money. They want to have their assets on the continent.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not just limited to Ghana. And then the good economies like Kenya, South Africa, they don't seem daunting.
Yeah.
So it was quite interesting doing these acquisitions and realising the process is actually the same.
Yeah.
It's knowing who you know, knowing that who is reputable in every stage of the process.
The process.
Yeah, from your banks to the lawyers to the real estate developers, to the managing agents.
Yeah.
All of that. So we've been quietly building our networks around the continent, and so we'll be doing more with regards to expanding all areas of On Point and Ghana Expo.
Yeah.
Into other locations.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, like you just said, around people's, assets and where they're spreading those to. So as we've recently seen with like announcements in the UK around tax, over the last year, they're saying it's, like about 15,000 millionaires, are shifting their lives and assets out to Dubai and the Middle East.
Yes.
Do you see that as another market opportunity for Ghana? Because I think the other appeal with Ghana is that it's a diaspora market. So I always say this to people. I was at Afro Nation a couple of years ago, and standing there, you had people from South Africa, from Ghana, from Nigeria, from UK. You were just in the heartbeat of the diaspora.
Yeah.
And the outflow of that is that you can see that in all aspects of life. So if we look at it from, like the music culture, the football culture,
Even food.
Tourism, all of these elements now make, like you just said, the continent, it's going to have the highest number of young people on the planet in the next 5 years. Kind of 16 to 24-year-olds are all going to be on the continent. So do you see that in terms of like, if people are watching now and they're thinking, hey, I'm considering where I'm going to be investing, etc., that the continent makes a good choice?
Yes, I think definitely now as you just mentioned, that wave of people looking at new investment opportunities. It's definitely a time for everyone to start exploring. Obviously, people come to Ghana for Dirty December, but I think they also should look at it as possible future investment for themselves. It's a great party scene. They can see elements of enjoyment of life, but obviously, you after a certain time, you start to grow up as an adult.
Yeah.
And you need to start thinking of the serious things of the investment. So it's great to be coming back home and having something in your home. We've seen years of people buying in Spain, Portugal. Why not back in our own continent? And I think that's what we've been driving for. I think part of our expo doing it, it's like we see there's a Dubai home show, there's the Spain home show. Why can't we do Ghana?
Yeah.
It's a reputable industry. And, there's some fabulous designs going on out there. You be based in an apartment or a house in the heart of Accra and you're thinking, where are you? Yeah, you're in Africa.
Yeah.
So that's one opportunity.
I think the tourism across Africa, how many countries? 54 markets.
Yeah.
To which are expanding and evolving. Yes. So the gateway in is to travel.
Yes.
I'll encourage your listeners, anyone hearing this message, is to book a holiday. They say explore first, invest after.
Yeah.
And just have a feel for that country if you could see yourself there.
And go at different seasons.
Yeah.
You can't keep going at a party season. Go when it's quiet. Go when it's a raining season. Go when it's just, quiet.
Just a normal time. Yeah. I was there a couple of weeks ago and I happened to fly out on a midweek flight. The flight was packed.
Yeah.
So this was like a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
Yes.
The flight was packed. And I think another indicator is British Airways do 2 flights to Ghana a day.
Yes.
American airlines now do 2 flights out of Washington DC a day. So it tells you that the airlines, these are indicators. Airlines are saying like, hey, we're putting on extra flights as the norm. There's more footfall. Yeah, there's a demand. And I think the demand comes just outside, comes outside of the normal, we're just there party season. It's
it's all year
business, people are doing business. Yes. People are going, like you said, on tourist, excursions. Like you said, you've got talking drums who are curating experiences. And again, it's not just the UK, it's the global diaspora. So there's Americans doing it, there's Europeans. So it's a great,
You captured it really well when you said you was in Afro Nation and you saw all the different younger people all across Africa.
Yeah.
All gathered in one place.
In one place, yeah.
So that is the indication.
Yeah.
I've also been in an Afro Nation and we saw so many people. So I think that's the indication for the future.
Yeah.
And we've also got a good thing that Ghana is going into the World Cup.
Yes.
Next year. So is there any ambitions to go and capture some of that market, like you said, in the US when America the World Cup's on?
Well, like I said, it's
something definitely we have to consider.
Yeah.
Because it's a crystallized moment that I think it will be great to be
Right.
part of that as well.
No, that's great. So just in terms of socials, where people can get in touch with you, if someone's watching right now and they want a safe, secure pair of hands to help them with that investment in Ghana, let people know how they can connect with you.
Yes.
And then also just talk to us about your upcoming expo that is going to be live here in London, in Chelsea.
Well, we are holding our annual Ghana Property and Lifestyle Expo, which is going to be held on Saturday the 15th and Sunday the 16th of November, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. 2 days where you get to see our most dynamic developers from Ghana, industry experts. So you have your lawyers, your will writers, you will have our panel discussion talking everything property in Ghana. It's something not to miss and it's very important to attend. And you will have deals to capture there, and you'll also get to meet again the developers themselves. So that's the opportunity to come to the 2-day event, and it's going to be held at the Chelsea Bridge Pestana Hotel in Battersea.
Yeah, and it's free. All you need to do is visit our website, GhanaPropertyExpo.com, click on the event and then pre-register. Walk-ins are allowed, but it's great to know how many numbers to expect.
Yeah, that's great. Can I also ask the question? So obviously we're talking a lot about investing in Ghana. So I want to ask a personal question. What investments do you personally have in Ghana? And I know a lot of people don't like to say how much investments are because, the authorities come after them. But what investment, because it's always good, that we're out here advocating and championing things, but I think people also need to know, like for example, myself, I've got land, I've done apartments, and yes, we're involved and we're part of that ecosystem. Yeah, so the regular guy who builds walls has built walls for me personally. I put shika in his pocket.
Yeah, that's so important. With all what we do, we always make sure we give back, and our team essentially is sort of 70% Ghana based. But it's very interesting. We again started, funny enough, building our own home first. We went in first and built in Ghana. Our first project we done, I think it was in 2008, and we built on family land, and it was horrific. I'm not going to
sugarcoat.
And that's what made us say, okay, the next investment is going to be with a real estate developer,
right?
Which we've done and we're happy with. So there's nothing that we don't say we haven't done,
right?
Or experienced.
Yeah. We're investors, obviously, first in the UK, and that's when I started 22 years ago. But we just carried that footprint to Ghana.
Yeah.
You know, invest in areas invest in areas that you would want to live in.
Okay.
Even if you're renting it out, you still have to ask yourself, would I live here?
Yeah. What are those areas? So again, for people watching, they might be watching this show, you know, a lot of people kind of send messages in, they're interested. What areas are your kind of top locations if people are investing in Ghana?
In Ghana.
Yeah.
Well, we've got Chado, that's another up and coming area. North Legon.
Another up and coming area.
Yeah, up and coming. But the main primes are the cantonments, Laboni, you have Airport, you got Airport Hills, and then if you want to go more the suburb areas, I would say you've got East Legon Hills, and I would say, yeah, those are the
East
main.
Legon?
East Legon, yes.
Yeah.
East Legon, how can I forget East Legon?
Yeah.
Yes.
And those are the areas I think for investment, and really look at your lifestyle.
Mm.
Because if you think to yourself, we're not going to sugarcoat, Accra has a traffic issue just like any major city in the world. Think about your life when you're in Ghana. Is it about being close to amenities like restaurants, eating out, fine dining? So these are just considerations.
Yeah.
If you're buying for investment, who's going to rent your apartment?
Yeah.
You know, is it long term, or do you want an expat to live there? Any professionals working in Accra?
Mm-hmm.
So these are all the considerations that will obviously determine where you invest, and essentially your budget is the golden one.
Yes, yeah. No, that's really good. Listen, it's been a pleasure as always. I've been a champion for you guys from way back, you know. So it's really good to see, you know, two sisters and that's another thing. What is it like working together as sisters? What is she like to work with?
Oh gosh, the older sister. Yeah.
But yeah, because again, you know, family and it's a family business in essence, yeah?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I think it's that light switch moment. As soon as you're in the office, you put that light on, it's business mode.
Mm-hmm.
After the lights are off, it's like, okay, so what?
Yeah.
But I think it never has that moment of, you know, switching off. When you run your own business, you never have that moment of, okay, it's 9 to 5, it is continuous, but we obviously make time for our own minds and relaxation.
Yeah.
And I guess people who knows us knows that we have different personalities, we have different strengths that we bring into the business, and it's not always happy days, but we always remember our focal point and why we're here and what we're doing.
That's good. And you've got a team around you as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so how big's your team, sorry?
It can expand from 3 to 4 to 20.
Right, depending on like the time of
year.
Yeah.
We're doing. We have an incredible team, by the way, in Ghana and in London. They see the vision. They've really made challenging days really, really manageable.
Yeah.
Because we have been able to build such an incredible team. So we just want to thank our team as well.
That's good. Well, listen, I'm looking forward to the expo on the 16th and 17th.
15th and 16th.
15th and 16th, let me say that right. 15th and 16th of November. And again, the ladies have shared their details. Just once again, what are your socials?
We're on GH Property Expo.
Yeah.
Follow us on social media, and also On Point Property _management. And our websites are onpointproperty.co.uk, and by email info@onpointproperty.co.uk.
That is excellent. So two sisters taking Ghana real estate to the world. If you've liked and enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. I said it at the start and I'm saying it again. Also comment and make sure you share. Don't keep all of this high value content to yourself. Please share it and check out the next episode of Making Moves Ghana with me, Julian Ace Ansah. Thank you.